All right, so let's be sitting. Let's be sitting again. So let's rocking a bit from side to side on our mat. We haven't done this for a while. Rocking those seat bones into the floor. Rock on the left one, rock on the right one, rock on the left, rock on the right. And then bring that movement smaller and smaller and just shimmy so that you feel the weight of your body on both seat bones evenly. And then soften your knees and just pull yourself forwards. Put those hands down towards the feet and take your tummy onto your thighs and just stretching on those hamstrings. So just gently stretching. And then gently pushing those knees down to the floor. And then sitting up nice and tall, roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down, and put the fists on the floor. And just push that chest up and forward. And squeeze those elbows together behind you. Take your chin up to the sky. All the way up, and then pull your chin all the way down into your chest. And then swing the eyes to the right of the right leg, turning the head, pushing that left ear away from the left shoulder. And then just turn the head, taking the top of the head away and the chin, keeping the chin where it is. And then bring the eyes to the center and take the head across to the left side. And then pushing the left ear away from the left shoulder. And then bringing those eyes back to center, pushing the shoulders back and down, pushing that chin into the chest, and then bringing those eyes up to horizontal. Bring those arms up over the feet, and then reaching forwards towards those feet again, making sure your feet are both parallel, pointing to the sky, pushing the knees down into the mat, and then sitting yourself up nice and tall. And then bring your left heel in towards your bum and bring your right heel in towards your bum. And just look down at your crutch and make sure that your heels or the soles of your feet are in the center. They're not more to one side than the other. Holding onto the ankles, pull up onto those seat bones and feel the stretch on that inner thigh. And then push those knees down to the floor with your elbows. Lift that chest up and try and keep that neutral spine, putting that chest forward and up. Feel more stretch in the inner thigh, and then push on those elbows, holding those knees down. And then push those knees up into the elbows, keeping the elbows there. Keep those shoulders back and down. Keep those eyes horizontal. Keep lifting that chest up all the time. Keep on those seat bones, and then release the push. And let those knees push further down to the floor. You can hold on to the balls of your feet, and you can just rock on your seat bones and pull yourself a shimmy in a bit closer. I hold the balls of my feet and my toes, and then I can pull my chest up and forward, and I can push those knees down towards the floor and stretch on those inner thighs. Breathing in, chest up. Breathing out, lifting that breastbone up to the sky. And then release those legs. Let that right leg go out straight. Out sideways. So we're still on the inner thigh. Let the left leg go out straight. So we've got our legs apart. And put those hands on the floor behind you. And lift your bum up. And just roll. Use your fingers to roll yourself forward. Yeah. Lifting that chest up. Keeping those shoulders back and down. Keeping those shoulders back and down. Lifting that chest up and pushing forward onto that front bottom. And as you push forwards onto the front bottom, you can just pull your heels away so you lengthen those legs. Big breath in, lift that chest up, big breath out. Release those arms, let those hands go on those legs, shimmy those legs back into the middle, shimmy them, and then hold behind them, and then pull forwards. And then push those feet away. Push those feet away. Stretching through that back, let that head come down to the floor. Let that tummy come onto those thighs. And then bring yourself up so your body's vertical. Put your left hand on your right knee, right behind. Lift that chest and turn around to the right, looking over that right shoulder. Stretching through the tummy, stretching through the chest. And then release and come to the front and put the right hand on the left knee. Left hand behind and shimmy, lift and turn around to the left side. Turning that tummy, stretching through the the ribs. And come back round to the front. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Bring those hands up. And then we're going to lower ourselves all the way down to the floor, one vertebra at a time. All the way down to the ground, making those arms all the way over the head. Big breath in, big breath out. Reach those right hand away from the right foot. And reach the left hand away from the left foot. Pushing both hands from both feet, bring those hands all the way up to the sky. Slide your fingers under your palm, breathing in. And on the out breath, push off those elbows and lift up onto the top of your head, breathing in. Breathing out, push that chest up high, squeezing with those shoulders. Pushing off the elbows off the floor. Supporting that lower back with your tummy, making sure you're not overarching the lower back. And make sure you are stretching through those ribs, breathing in. Breathing out, push off those elbows, reach that chest up. Bend those knees in, left knee, right knee. Lift that left foot up off the floor. Straighten that left leg out straight. Bring that left leg back, keep pushing off the elbows, bring that right knee up towards the body. Straighten that right leg out, push it away. Bend it back, put it next to the other foot. Push off those elbows, lifting that chest higher, lift the left leg, lift the right leg. So we've got both feet off the floor. Stretching through that chest, really reaching up. Pop the toes on the ground and slide them away. Lower the back down to the floor. Bring that left knee into the body. Bring that right knee into the body. Bring that tailbone off the ground, keeping as many ribs as you can on the ground. And then release. Push the tailbone in the ground. Let the lower back lift. Keep those ribs down. Push that right leg out straight. Pull that left knee in and pull that left leg over the body. Giving a rotation. Breathing in. Breathing out, push that left hand away, push the left knee to the floor. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring that knee up into the body. And then let go of the leg. Take the leg out straight, take the arms up over the head. Push them away straight, reaching, stretching. Bring those arms all the way up to the sky. Bring that knee in toward the right knee in towards the chest. Pulling it up and in. And then pulling that right leg over the body, pushing that right hand away, breathing in. Push that left leg away nice and straight, breathing out. Push that right shoulder away from the right hip. Pushing that right ear to the floor, keeping that right shoulder down and back. Lengthening that body, breathing in. Breathing out, release, go back onto your back. Pull that knee in towards your armpit. And then let go of the knee, take the arms in the sky. Leg goes out straight, arms go over the head and go out straight, pushing those fingers away from the toes. Breathing in on the out breath, fingers all the way up to the sky, rolling all the way up, sitting up nice and tall, holding those hands strong, breathing in. On the out breath, gliding forwards over those feet. Sitting back up tall and leaning backwards. Coming back up. Gliding forwards over those feet. Sitting up tall and leaning backwards. Keeping that chin up, keeping that chest up, gliding forwards, hands over the feet. And coming back up and leaning back. Brilliant. Taking those hands down to the floor. Swing those legs around and come onto all fours. Come onto all fours. Hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the feet, middle fingers are parallel, turn the inside of the elbows forward. Arch that back up, taking the tailbone down and the eyes go down to the knees. Turn the tailbone up, sink the back down, bring those eyes to the sky, pulling those shoulders together. Turn that tailbone down, push that back up, bring the eyes to the knees. And then bring yourself into that neutral spine position. Lengthen the head from the tailbone, make sure the pelvis is parallel to the floor. Push that chest forward and lengthen through that tummy. Glide backwards over your heels, stretching that hip. Gliding backwards. Pull the knees apart while you're in this position, keeping them on the floor, but just tensing them against the tension of the mat. Lift yourself up by squeezing that tension, pulling those knees away from each other, coming back. Glide yourself back, creating tension between your knees, which engages the glutes. Keep those inside of the elbows forward and keep those shoulders engaged. Pull the knees apart, come back up onto all fours. Turn those toes over so the soles of your feet are pointing to the floor. Sink that back down and arch through that lower back, really spreading those buttocks. Glide backwards, spreading the buttocks with the toes up, giving yourself a bit of a stretch through that ankle and through the balls of your feet. Come back up onto all fours. Lift the knees off the floor and push the bum up into the air. Keep those knees soft. Push the armpits down towards the toes. Armpits down towards the toes, tummy button down towards the thighs. Push that right heel down towards the floor and release. Push that left heel down towards the floor and release. Push that right heel down towards the floor and release. Push that left heel down towards the floor and release. Push both heels down, pushing the knees back. Pushing the armpits down towards the toes, spread those toes, lift them up, spread them on the mat. Push up onto your toes so your heels come right up onto those tiptoes. Glide the feet onto the outside, onto the little toe. Roll the feet onto the big toe. Lower those heels down, keeping the knees pointing towards the hands. Push those armpits towards the toes. Push the tummy button towards the thighs. Push those heels back. Reaching and stretching. Bring that right heel up in the air. Bend the knee. Drop the heel down towards the behind the body, lifting the knee up high, keeping the left knee pointing to the left hand. Stretching through that hip. Look under that right arm. And then swing that right leg down and bring it through between your hands. Lengthening your chest forward, lowering your hips down to the ground, stretching through that hip flexor. Bring those eyes up, push that chest forward, breathing in, breathing out, stretching, pushing that heel back, lowering the crutch down towards the floor, and then drop that knee down, the back knee down. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, pushing through that front hip flexor, breathing in, breathing out. Lift up onto that front foot and the back knee. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Tuck your pubic bone forward, lifting your body up, and then glide into the stretch of the back foot. Visualize you're pulling that back knee forward without actually moving it. Tense the front of that leg. Breathing in, breathing out. Keeping the toes turned sole down. Gives a stretch through the bottom of the foot as well. Take that left hand up into the sky, release the tension of that back leg and push that left hand into the sky, pushing that left knee down, stretching through the side, pushing the left side out towards the left, reaching and stretching, breathing in, breathing out, release that arm. Bring one hand either side of this front foot, turn the back toes over, and then glide the body backwards into to straighten that front leg. Glide the body back. Walk those hands to the right, over the top of this leg. Push the hips towards the left. Swing those hands around to the left and swing the hips to the right. Keeping the chest down, keeps the stretch in the hamstring. Bring those hands either side of that front leg, put the sole of the foot on the floor. Flex that foot, point that toe, put the foot down, spread those toes, put your fingers under the toes and spread them on the floor, clenching, squeezing them down on the ground. Lift those toes up, put that foot down and spread those toes. Bend that front knee and turn the back toe over. Lift that back knee off the floor And then take your hands off the floor. Bring those hands out wide. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring that chest up high. Take your feet wider apart, yeah. Pushing back into the back heel. And then bring those hands back down to the floor. Step that back leg forward and have your feet together. Keeping your hands on the ground, knees soft, bring your tummy down towards your thighs and let your head hang. Just let that head hang. Push those knees backwards. And then hands on the thighs, lift yourself up into the tabletop. So you're in L shape. Spread those buttocks, clenching with the bum, pulling those knees apart, lift your toes up. Feel the tension on the outside of your feet. Feel the tension on the outside of the feet, push the weight into the heels, keeping these thighs turned outwards, and then roll that body, let that body hang, keeping the tension in those legs. Roll your body all the way up to standing. Take your arms out wide, hands in prayer above your head. Touch your thumbs on the forehead and then push them up into the sky and reach them back as far as you can. Big breath in, spread those arms out wide. Bring those hands by the side, chin into the chest and roll yourself all the way down. Roll yourself all the way down. Let yourself hang. Take that right leg back. Take that right leg back. Stretch through that, stretch through the front of that back leg. Keep that heel off the, keep the toes bent. Keep that knee off the ground, taking that front, the groin down towards that front foot. Lower that back knee to the floor. Stretching through that hip, still pushing the chest forward, breathing in. Breathing out, push off that front foot and come up onto the knee and the foot. Take that right arm up into the air, tucking the crotch forward. Feel the stretch and then glide yourself forward. Imagine you're putting that back knee forward. Breathing in, breathing out. Release the tension, push that right arm up into the sky, pushing the hip out to the right, pushing the right knee down into the floor. Really stretching through that right hand side, reaching, lifting. And then release that arm, one hand either side of the front foot and glide the bum backwards, straightening that front leg. Keeping the back toes, sole of the foot down. Keeping the front toes pointed, so the sole of the foot's on the floor. Walk those hands to the left-hand side of the front leg. And then swing those hands around to the right-hand side of the body, pushing the bum out to the left. And then bring those hands back either side of this front foot. Bring those toes to the nose. Push those toes away. Bring those toes to the nose. Push those toes away. Bring those toes to the nose, put your hands under your foot and spread those toes. And then lower them to the floor, separating your toes on the mat and pull your toes into the floor. Turn the back toes over so the soles of the foot are on the floor. And then glide that body forward over that front foot. Glide that body forward. Put one hand either side of the front leg. Turn the back toe over, lift the back knee up and bring that front foot back into the plank, stretching the body. Reaching, lengthening, clench the bum, tighten the thighs, push those heels away from you. Draw in the core, open the chest, turn the inside of the elbows forward, push the head away from the heels. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Push that bum up into the air and go back into down dog. Make sure the balls of the feet are 1 centimetre apart. Push the right heel in the ground. Push the left heel in the ground. Push the right heel down. Push the left heel down. Lift those toes up. Spread them on the floor. Draw them hard into the ground. Take the tummy to the thighs. Take the armpits towards those toes. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring that left leg up into the air. Bend the knee, drop the foot down behind the body and look up under that left armpit. Really lift that knee high, stretch through that hip, breathing in, breathing out, reaching, turning the knee up, turning the foot down, keeping the right knee pointing to the right hand, and then swing that left foot through between your hands and lengthen that back leg. Lengthen that back leg, keeping the knee off the floor. Keeping the legs straight, pushing the heel away, pushing the chest forward. Breathing in. Breathing out. Drop that knee down to the ground. Turn the toes over and come up onto the knee in the front foot. Come up onto the knee in the front foot. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Tuck the pubic bone forward. Glide the body into a stretch. Pull this back knee forward without actually moving it. Breathing in, tense the front of the leg, pull those shoulders back and down, lift that breastbone up to the sky. Take the right arm up, release the tension in the front of the leg and push that right arm up to the sky, pushing the right knee down, pushing the hip to the right. Breathing in, breathing out, lengthen through the side of that body. Spiral the body to the right. Spiral the body to the left. Bring yourself back, bring your arm back down. Put one hand either side of this front leg, glide the bum back. Swing those arms over to the right. Push the bum to the left. Swing those arms round to the left. Push the bum right. Bring those hands back either side of the front foot, point those toes. Spread them with your fingers onto the ground. Flex that heel. Point those toes again, spreading them on the floor. Bend that back leg, turn the back toe over. Lift the back knee up and then take the hands off the floor, supporting yourself in this lunge position. Take those arms out wide. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring those hands back down to the floor and step that back foot forward next to the front foot. Let that head hang down. Push the tailbone up to the sky, loosen that neck. Pushing the right knee back, pushing the left knee back. Pushing the right knee back, push the left knee back, and then roll that body up to standing, keeping those knees rolled out. Clenching with the bum, taking those hands wide all the way up to the sky. Hands in prayer, bend the elbows, pop the thumbs on the forehead, and then push those hands up high. Reaching up high, stretching, leaning backwards, opening the front of the body, letting those arms come wide down by your side. Chin into the chest and roll yourself all the way back down to the floor. Let yourself hang. Take that left leg back. Take that left leg back, reaching, pushing the heel away. Push the chest up, push the body forward, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Drop that knee to the floor, push that groin forward. Lift the body up onto the foot and the knee. Tilt the pelvis so the pubic bone comes forward. Tense the front of the leg, back leg, pulling it forward. Take that left hand up into the sky. Release the tension in the front leg and push that left hand up. Pushing that left hip out to the left, pushing the left hand over to the right. Reaching and stretching, breathing in, breathing out. Bring that arm back. One hand either side of the front foot and glide backwards. Keep the foot in a line with the shin, in line with the knee. Roll those hands to the left. Push the bum right. Swing those hands round to the right. Push the bum left. Bring those hands either side of the front foot. Push the sole of the foot on the ground. Bend that front knee. Glide the body back. One hand either side of the front foot. Lift the back knee up and then bring that front foot back into plank. Push those heels away. tighten those thighs, drop the bum and make sure that it's in a line. Clench for the glutes, support yourself. Draw in the core, support the tummy. Open the chest, pull those shoulders back and down and push the head from the heels. Breathing in. Breathing out. Drop those knees to the floor. Bend the elbows and lower the body down to the ground. Turn the toes over. And then breathing in. On the out breath, lift the front of the body up off the ground, resting on the bottom rib. Clench the glutes, draw the core in so the belly's off the floor. Lengthen the legs so the knees and feet are off the ground. Bring those arms up off the ground and pass those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put those hands back down by your bottom rib, breathing in. On the out breath, push off those hands and come onto the pubic bone, keeping the shoulders back and down. Push off those hands and come onto the knees, keeping those shoulders back and down. Tighten the thighs and lift those knees off the floor. Lengthen the head away from the toes. So you pull the body straighter, pushing the chest forward. Breathing in, drop the knees to the floor, turn the toes over. Lift those knees up, bum into the air, back into down dog. Back into down dog. Pushing the right heel down, pushing the left heel down. Pushing the right heel, pushing the left, pushing both. Taking the armpits down towards those toes. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring that right leg up in the air. Bend the knee, drop the heel behind the bum. Swing that leg through between those hands. Lengthen those, lengthen the heel away from the front foot. Breathing in. On the out breath, drop the back knee to the floor, glide the bum backwards. Breathing in, breathing out. Glide the body forward onto that front foot. Lift that back knee up off the floor. Step that back leg forward next to the front leg. Lower that head down to the ground. Rolling that body all the way up to standing. Bring those arms forwards in front of you. Up to the sky, reaching right back. Continue the arms around in a circle, down by the side, chin into the chest and roll yourself back down to the floor. Loosen that head and neck, breathing in. Breathing out, take that left leg backwards. Stretching that right leg again. Take both hands off the floor, bring yourself up into that lunge position. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring those hands back down to the ground, push the bum up into the air, back into down dog. Bringing that right leg up in the air, bend the knee, drop it down behind you, and then swing that leg through into pigeon. Drop the hips down towards the floor, lengthen the back leg. Push those toes away, holding yourself up, pushing that pelvis vertical. And then lower yourself down over that front leg, breathing in and breathing out. Push that knee into the floor, lift the body up off the ground, take those hands behind you. Pushing that body, pushing those hands behind and away. Trying to get the pelvis vertical. Trying to get lift those hands as high as you can and open that chest. Pushing the knees into the floor, keeping the pelvis parallel. And then release those arms. Hands on the floor and lower yourself all the way down to flat. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring those hands back to either side of the front leg. Push off those hands and lift that body up. Turn that back toe over and lift that back knee off the floor and come back into that down dog. Armpits down towards the toes, tummy down towards the thighs. Bring yourself over into the plank. Lower the knees to the floor, lower the body all the way down to the ground, turning the toes over, lifting that chest up so you're resting on the bottom ribs. Draw in the core, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, bring those arms off the floor, pass them up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those hands next to your bottom ribs. Breathing in, and on the out breath, push off the hands and come onto the pubic bone, opening that chest. Breathing in. On the out breath, push off those hands and come onto the knees, opening that chest. Keep those shoulders back and down. Breathing in, tighten the thighs and lift those knees and feet off those knees and knees off the ground. Breathing in. Drop the knees, turn the toes over. Push that bum up into the air and come back into down dog. Armpits down towards those toes. Breathing in. Breathing out, lift that left leg up into the air. Bend the knee, drop the knee behind the body. Looking through under that armpit. And then swinging that leg through next to the right hand. Lower the leg to the floor. Lengthen the back leg away. And lower that body down to the ground over this front leg. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push those arms away nice and straight. Lower that chest down and then walk those hands back towards the front leg and push off the front leg. Lengthen that back leg. Take those hands off the floor, holding them together behind, push them away. Trying to get the hip vertical, stretching the back hip, supporting with that front glute. Lifting those arms up and opening that chest, keeping the eyes horizontal. Breathing in, lift those arms as you breathe out, pull those shoulders back and down. Release those hands, put them on the ground and lower your body all the way down to flat. All the way down, resting the tummy on that leg. Pushing those hands forward, breathing in, breathing out. Walk those hands back towards this front leg. One hand either side of the knee and the foot. Turn the back toe over. Lift the back knee off the ground and push the bum up into the air, coming back into that down dog. Push that right heel down, push that left heel down, push both heels down. Swing that body forwards into the plank, pushing the heels away from the head, tighten the thighs. Clench the bum, draw in the core, open the chest. Breathing in. Breathing out, drop the knees to the ground, lower that chest down, turn those toes over, and then lift that upper body up, drawing in the tummy, clench the bum, resting on those bottom ribs, bring those arms off the floor, pulse them for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those hands by the side and push up onto the pubic bone, keeping the shoulders back and down, clenching the bum. Push up onto the knees, keep the bum clenched, keep that chest open, keep those shoulders back and down. Breathing in, on the out breath, lift those knees up off the floor. Lengthen the head from the heels. And then drop the knees, turn the toes over, push that bum up into the air. And pushing those armpits down towards those hips. Breathing in. Breathing out, push the right heel, push the left heel, push both. Breathing in. Breathing out, bend those knees and drop into all fours. Roll those shoulders all the way up to the ears, up to the sky and down. Turn the inside of the elbows forward. Turn the tailbone to the sky, eyes to the sky, belly down. Turn the tailbone down, back up, eyes to the knees. Bring yourself into neutral. Pulling those knees apart on the mat, support with the hands and the left leg. Take that right leg out straight behind. Bring that right knee to the elbow. Take that right leg out straight. Bring that knee to the elbow. Take that leg out straight. Bring that knee to the elbow. Take it out straight, hold it there. Toe to the floor and lift. Toe to the floor and lift. No movement of your torso. Toe to the floor and lift. Toe to the floor and lift. Toe to the floor and lift. Hold it here. Bend that knee. Push the heel to the sky. Bring the leg to horizontal. Heel to the sky. Leg to horizontal. Heel to the sky. Leg to horizontal. Heel up. Down, one more. Up. Swing that leg under the body. Take it out to the side and drop it back in. Out and in. Keeping the body still. Out and in. Out and in. Out and in. 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Hold it high, hold it high. Pulse it here for 3, 2, 1, and lower. Take that leg out behind you straight. Bend the knee. Pulse it to the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the leg down to the floor for 5. Clench and lift. 4. Clench and lift. 3. Clench and lift. 2. Engage that bum. 1. Bring the knee to the elbow. Clench and straighten. You need to clench because that's how you walk. Knee to the elbow, clench and straighten. 3 more. Leg out. 2 more. Leg out. 1 more. Leg out. Rest it by the other leg. Bend the inside of the elbows forward, middle fingers parallel. Pull the knees apart on the mat, support on that right leg. Breathing in, take the left leg out straight. Knee to the elbow. 4 more. Knee to the elbow. 3. Good. 2. Clenching as you lengthen. 1. Hold it there. Toe to the floor. Clench and lift. Ease and lower. Clench and lift. Ease and lower. Clench and lift. Ease and lower. Clench and lift. 1 more. Hold it here. Bend that knee. Pulse to the sky for 5, 4, 3. Don't lower the knee too much. 2, 1. Swing that leg underneath you. Out to the side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up for 1, pulse up for 3, 2, 1. Swing it under your body. Straighten the leg out. Bend that knee, pulsing up for 5. Extending the hip for 4. For 3, keep the tummy strong. 2, 1. Straighten the leg down to the floor for 5. Clench and lift. Keep those shoulders strong. 4. Turn the inside of the elbow forward for 3. Lengthen the head from the tailbone. 2, 1. Knee to the elbow. Lengthen by clenching. For 5. For 4. For 3. Really use those glutes. 2. Lengthen the body. Shoulders back and down. 1. Rest the knee next to the other leg. Pull those knees apart on the mat, slide back into child pose, release those wrists off the floor, bend the wrists, flex the wrists, bend them, flex them, circles with the wrists. Push those hands away. Take the hands to the left-hand side of the mat, drop the bum to the right. Take those hands to the right-hand side of the mat and drop the bum left. Take those hands back to the center, pushing them away. Bring yourself up onto all fours. Turn the left hand palm up and push it under the right hand, looking under that armpit. Breathing in. Breathing out, lift that left arm up into the sky. Opening that chest, breathing in. Breathing out, bring that left hand all the way through, looking under that right armpit. Bring that left hand back on the mat next to the right hand. Take the right hand palm up, slide it onto that left armpit. Pushing that left shoulder, right shoulder to the floor, left shoulder up. Lift that right hand all the way up into the sky, opening that chest, stretching, and then reach that hand all the way through. Looking under that arm, breathing in, breathing out. Push off that left hand, lifting yourself all the way up and opening. Swinging that all the way back and through. And then coming back with the hands next to each other on the mat. Turn the tailbone up to the sky, bring those eyes up, sink the back down, spread the buttocks, turn the inside of the elbows forward, and then turn that tailbone down, push that back up, bring the eyes to the knees. Release that back into neutral, walk the knees forward and sit yourself down on the mat. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, back, down, put the hands on the floor behind you. Lean back on your arms, lift your chest up, straighten those elbows. Take that chin all the way up into the sky. And then bring that chin all the way down into your chest. Pulling the chin down hard, keeping those elbows straight. Pushing the shoulders down away from the ears. Turn the eyes to the left. Push that right ear away from the right shoulder. Really lengthen that neck. Keep those arms straight and then bring the eyes to the center, over to the right and push the left ear away from the left shoulder. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring those eyes to the center. Bring that chin up to horizontal. Put the palms of your hands on the floor. Squeeze those elbows together, lift that chest up, clench those knees, toes to the sky, clench with the bum, and lift those hips up off the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. Lift those hips and that chest up higher, breathing in, breathing out. One more, breathing in. On the out breath, lift those hips and chest up higher, squeezing those shoulder blades closer behind your back. And then lower that bum down to the ground, keeping the chest forward. Push off those fingers. And release those arms and come all the way forward, rounding that back. Soften those knees. Pull that body forward, loosen that neck. Push those hands into the ground, knees into the ground. Sit yourself up nice and tall, holding onto those knees, pulling that chest forward. Bring those hands straight up in front of you. All the way up above your head, pushing those hands up high. Push those knees to the floor, toes to the nose. Reach those fingers from the tailbone, bring them all the way wide. Dust the ground. Slide them all the way back up to the sky, palms together. Drop your hands down on your forehead, big breath in. Big breath out, push those hands up high. Take the eyes to the sky, push the knees into the floor. Heels down and away from the tailbone. Nice strong L shape. Release those arms. Rest those hands on your legs. Relax those feet and roll those shoulders. Well, happy weekend. Well done.